Statistics prove 1 out of 1 die. Death comes for us all. Some are incapacitated with the mere idea of it, while others are in constant agony, either mentally or physically, and are only too happy to find it. Others go to it willingly. And what about losing loved ones? The concept of death and the inability to cope with it is at the heart of what I consider to be Stephen King's most morbid novel, Pet Semetery. The novel was written after one of King's kids had a close call with the car. He began to wonder, what if his child had been ran over by the car? And if he could bring them back from the dead, but they wouldn't be the same, would he still do it? He wrote the novel, but was so disturbed by his own work that he kept it stowed away in his desk, not sure if he would ever work up the courage to publish it. Luckily, he came around, and we got one of his darkest classics. One that, frankly, I don't get much of an urge to read much, because it truly is disturbing. I know it's hard to believe now, since King has aged into a grumpy old man who likes to shove his politics down everyone's throat. But once upon a time, he was a truly great writer. The film adaptation was directed by Mary Lambert, who oddly enough made her living as a director of pop music videos before tackling the film. I consider it the best horror film anyway, ever made by a woman. Though it doesn't reach the heights of the novel, it is an excellent adaptation. Even though I would have preferred to see The Wendigo, a cool monster in the novel that didn't make it to the film because of budget issues. The film is atmospheric, has a terrific musical score, and the protagonist is much better than the unlikable character in the novel. The scenes with the sick sister and the dead child's funeral can't be forgotten. Cody Leach says the film is the scariest film ever made. As for the other films, Pet Semetery 2, featuring Edward Furlong from Terminator fame, isn't very good, but it at least has some guilty pleasure appeal, which is more than I can say for the boring generic remake. The prequel got bad critical reception, however, it's a fine film that I think deserved a better fate. The best friend I ever had was a dog named Gertrude. We grew up together, and try as I might, I have never found anyone who loved me as much as she did. When I got lost once, she never left my side. When she died, I felt like that was the day my childhood ended. Most of us have lost loved ones. Some never get over the death of the people they love. Some even choose to join them. If you could bring them back, whether they be a beloved pet or a loving spouse, would you do it? Even if you knew they wouldn't be the same again? If you did, you have to keep in mind that they would just have to die again someday. Most religious people handle death better because they believe they will meet their loved ones in a kind of heavenly paradise. Some from Eastern religions accept it better too, because they believe they will have another chance through reincarnation to get things right. But for those without religious beliefs, they must come to terms with the idea that they will simply cease to exist. As for me, I don't fear death. To me, life is much more terrifying than any death. Of course, if I was dead, I wouldn't be able to make this YouTube channel that no one watches. So, lucky you, I guess. This video is dedicated to Gertrude and all the other beloved pets, family, and friends who have died. My life philosophy is this: when I'm on my deathbed, I want to either leave someone behind or be going to someone. Have a good Memorial Day.